Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I'm sitting here trying to get started on this journal, and it's going differently than I thought. I don't know. I was thinking of trying to do something with a bunch of fabric, but I don't know. I can't figure it out in my head. So here I am, just kind of doing what I normally do. I am working on building up my first signature for the journal, and thought I would show you what I have done so far. And let's see if I can remember what I am doing. I'm putting, so this is, the back side of the digital print. It's just all white. I might coffee dye some of them, but I thought I would use the scrapbook paper. Now, I want to use the scrapbook paper in this journal, but it's cardstock, and you can fold it in half. It just makes for a really thick page. So I thought for some of them I would cut them so that my signature, the fold isn't real thick. If I use very many, I may use some of them just folded in half. I'm not sure. So I am going to glue it down as a pocket. And because of that, I have taken and lined both of them with some extra just scrap. But before I glue it down, I want to add a pocket. And it's just going to be a lace pocket, and it's going to be hanging off the edge. So I'm going to glue it down with some Fabri-Tac. Let's see, I don't know how far. I think I'm going to sew over it as well. So about 2.5-ish inches. Maybe if I mark it, you guys, that would be a great idea. Then I will just kind of know. I'll go just a little less than that. So when you're doing these kinds of things where you're going to be adding and you want to use the sewing machine, you have to really think in advance to how you want to put your layers on, or you'll miss your opportunity. For instance, I want to sew on top of my lace, and if I wait to sew on top of my lace until I glue it down, then that is going to cause a problem with the pocket I'm trying to put in right here. That makes sense. I want it to hang over some amount. I don't know how much, maybe 1 inch. And then I want it to be tight enough so that it actually holds something in there. So you want to make sure you kind of push it out a little. You can always trim. Gonna let that dry for just a little bit. And I'm also going to put this on it. I don't know how well my sewing machine will go through this because it's really pretty thick. So I'll sew and then I will glue this on afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side. The next thing that I have is this little half page, and I wanted to add sort of an upper little pocket here. I'm thinking I might ink just a little bit around the edge here. This is just some wax paper from the kitchen. Okay. So I need to glue that as well. And I don't know, I figure I should sew over it, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe I can sew on one and not the other. So maybe I'll do a little extra glue on that. This is just a little silicone, I don't know, spatula thing for makeup that you get at the Dollar Tree. All right. Still letting this dry. I don't want to put, it actually feels pretty dry, but before I put that down, I want to cover this side just for some writing space. I gave it a little flip up, but I'm going to glue this down as a pocket. It's going to be a really deep pocket that really is going to be kind of hidden because I'm not going to put like a little thumb notch or anything because I want this to open up for journaling. I'll just put something in there so that it'll be obvious that it's a pocket. I could do a little stitching on that page, but I don't really think it's necessary. I was actually going to add a pocket down below it. I'm not sure of what yet. Like, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. I kind of wish more of this was showing, but it's all right. You never know kind of how things are going to turn out. You think, oh, I'm planning for that, but it's fine. You can see it from this side and you can see a portion of it over here. So then there's a pocket there, a pocket there. I might put something on the edge here also to finish that off, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know that it's totally necessary. And then I have a doily that I folded kind of like long ways so that you can see it. I like the layered look, you guys. I like to be able to see some stuff coming out from the edge. I might even like lift this up and add another something coming out right here so that there's even one more layer. Let's see, something coming out right here. I took one of my paper edge punches and punched the edge there. And then this is another one of the digital kit papers. And then I'm thinking this is gonna go ahead and be the center. And again, instead of coffee dyeing it, I decided to use, I have this book that I found at a thrift store. The Lifetime Family Record book, and it has all kinds of pages on the inside, and they're a little yellowed already, so I just inked around them. I did just a little bit of ink kind of through the center. But I thought would be interesting to make, I've never made one of those over the page belly bands so that it's a belly band on both sides. I've never made one of those, so I thought it might be kind of fun to do that together. But before I do, let me go ahead and stitch around this, and then we'll glue it down. I stitched around, just zigzagged. And I don't mind what's hanging off at this point. I might end up cutting it later. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go ahead and glue it down. I'm going to want to put a thumb notch over here. I think. Yes. I mean, I got it prepped to do that. Let me go ahead and do that now so that it's done and I don't mess with the glue. I don't want to make a real deep one, just something to make it obvious that there's something going on there. And then we'll just ink up what's showing. Well, I'll go ahead and just ink. All right, glue. Not a real straight line, but that's okay. It's a deep pocket. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to fit pretty much anything. Might put just a, I don't know, tad bit too much glue there. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer for the glue to dry because of the stitching around there, so just have to be aware of that. Oh, there's no glue there. That's a pocket. So there's a nice size pocket there. Okay, I was just thinking. So this. We need to make sure that we don't glue our pocket closed. So I'm going to put this wax paper in the pocket. You could use a Ziploc bag, something that's, you know, the glue's not going to stick to. And I want to just put it, the glue pretty much on all of the thick parts, and that'll hold it down really well. Then I'm going to have to let it sit it aside and just dry, because it's going to take a minute. My husband is having some work done on the gutters, so if you hear some crazy loud noises, that's what it is. Okay. Of course, I put glue where I didn't need it at all. Not thinking about that. You guys are probably like, Stephanie, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, you're right. I didn't need any glue right there. And then I'm just going to lift it, and I don't know, see what I can do here. I'm afraid that it might close it all the way. Not quite sure what to do about that. Maybe put a little bit more glue than I needed to. Let me turn this around. let's let that sit. I'm going to move this over just out of the way. Make sure I don't have a whole bunch of glue everywhere. Okay, so that. I feel like I need to add something, another piece of paper right here. Okay. I think we'll go ahead and glue this down. I'm thinking, yes. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to glue this down. Go ahead and squish this down a little bit. Hopefully I've got it close enough or far enough from the center. Ooh, but my paper's still gonna close. Yeah, good. Squish down that little bit of glue there in the center. And since we're here, I can go ahead and do this one as well. Make sure I got plenty of space. Yeah. So I thought I would do an envelope that just opens out there, but I also want to put, I think I'll do it on this other side. I want to put some purple lace down there, but that can happen. That can happen after I've done this. So I don't need this extra bulk, so let's just cut that off. My sister was supposed to come this weekend to hang out, but she's sick again, you guys. The schools, those little munchkins. I did not ink this. I thought you guys just glued it onto the wrong side. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, no. All right, you just saw a little bit of fit of anger. I'm really mad. Hold on. Nothing like a little bit of redheaded anger there. So I found another piece that was just already laying loose in the book, and I sewed it and inked it, and I attached this. But it was probably a good thing because I got to looking, and I wanted to add some lace. I only have a very few purpley laces. This one's kind of pinkish, but it totally goes with the pinkish purple here. The reason why I said it's a good thing is because now I can add it before gluing this down. And I want it to be in line with how much this is hanging off. So I'm going to line it up. Get this out of the way. Close it. Make sure I'm gluing it to the right one. And I think I'll make it so that finished edge is that way up. So this way I can see where the other one stopped. Now I don't think I need that anymore. Hopefully it's going to stay put. Let me flip it over. Straighten it up a little bit. That is coming off the edge. I didn't do a very good job on that. Well, I am just batting 1,000 on this particular page. I feel like it's not coming out long enough. Oh. The people who have been working on the gutters, they just came to the door and I heard them say to my husband that they're done. So that was good. That was quick. Yeah, so that was definitely real-time crafting. You know, when I sit here for a really long time thinking about what I'm going to do and planning it out and prepping it and all that so that the video seems to go smoothly. So then when I make a mistake like that, makes me really mad. Let's see if that kind of lines up the way I want it to. Put this back over here. That's fine. That is fine. So let's go ahead and glue this. I think I'll do more Fabri-Tac right here. I have Fabri-Tac and then little fuzzies all over my fingers. So I was saying my sister was going to come and visit me. You guys, we do not have the best of luck when it comes to our visits. We really, really enjoy getting together and thrifting. That is something we have done not just because it's a new thing on the internet. I grew up thrifting. I grew up in a thrift store, basically. We bought like all of what we wore pretty much came from a thrift store until we got our own jobs. We had 5 kids and just enough to make it work, you know? And so the fact that people are just now finding them and they're buying all the stuff that normally I would have all the rights to. I'm like, come on, people, you're buying all my stuff. I used to go into the thrift store. Was I saying thrift or craft? I used to go in and be like the only one in there. And now people are buying my stuff, you guys. Yard sales too. They used to be calm, quiet events. And now it's crazy. I think I told you guys that I went to an estate sale last weekend and left because there was just so many people. And it's kind of funny the things that they're buying, but I'm guilty of the same thing. So they tend to like things that were popular when I was a kid and I would never purchase. But there was a lady that, she's my mom's age, and I used to go to church with her, and I would show her things that I bought. She says, been there and done that. Don't want to see it again, or something like that. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's beautiful. So they're doing the exact same thing that I was doing when I was first, I wouldn't say thrifting, I would say collecting, because, you know, like I said, when I was growing up, we were there out of necessity. It wasn't to buy decorations. But when I go now, it's to buy decorations. So, yeah. My husband's daughter lives near here, and okay, that's not right. She brought over something that she thrifted recently. I don't know if it was thrift store or estate sale, or I'm not sure where she got it, but it was really cute. I wouldn't have purchased it, but it was really, really cute. I'm going to go ahead and just ink this because there's stitching just right along the edge. The best laid plans, you guys. The best laid plans. So when I started this video, I was thinking, oh, it would be fun to make this little, I feel like I need to add something. Maybe I need to add something on top of that. I do, but I don't know what that's going to be yet. The floating belly band, what are they called? I don't know, but I've never made one. But I think this piece of the scrapbook paper would look really good. And I think I want to tear it, but in order to do that, I need to make it smaller. First thing, let's see. I want to keep this piece up here because I could actually make a journaling card out of something like this. So I don't want to just cut it. I just need to see how long I need it. I need it to hang over the edge up on the top and the bottom. But, you know, again, since I've never made one, I'm not quite sure how much I need it to hang over. Maybe here. And then if I go to about here, it'll make a nice wide belly band, but I can tear the edges because I think torn would look nice. Okay, so when I do this, I generally take out my other cutting board, cutting thing. It's easier to kind of stop where I want it to stop. I want it to stop right around here. So I'm going to start from down here, find my line, which is right around there. I might have gone too far, but I don't know. We'll see. Right. There's not going to be as much left over as I thought there would. But I can make something out of that. I didn't want to lose that whole thing. So I think that'll be pretty. And then I think on this side, I wanted the top part. So there to, that's a little harder because those flowers were in the way. It's up here. I think I want to stop where it's the 9 1/4. I know you guys are like a little bit in and out of, I think it needs to be there. Oops. Okay. That'll make probably a fun little pocket maybe. Now are my pages somewhat the same size? All right, so it's not going to be torn at the top, but the edges will be torn. And I'm just going to be doing that with my fingers. And I want to see the white edge so that I can ink and have a couple of different, I don't always do, you know, the white edge, but I want to on this. You know what I mean? Like if I tore it the other direction, it wouldn't have the white edge on it. I'm going to sit here and tear these off and ink them up, and then we'll go from there. pulled all of the pieces off there. Let me get those in the trash. And so I want to put a little bit of glue, not very much. I think that I'll stitch just the top and the bottom with a straight stitch. I don't think there's enough room to do a zigzag. And it doesn't matter how these line up on the edges, you know, because we're not going to see the inside edges. Because it's, you know, going to be a belly band on both sides of the page, so we won't see anything there. I just want to make sure this is really down before we slide it on. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. Oh, I thought I made it big enough. So I don't want to make it too big because it would hang off the top and the bottom way too much. Now, the other thing that you could do, I suppose, is you could put, like, I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. Anyway, that worked. It doesn't go on real smooth, but now that it's on and, you know, getting it on and off, I think you would only do it once so that you can write here, or you could put something. You could even maybe write something down there. You could move it to a different page if you wanted to. Let me see. I don't have these things inked up, but I have them, you know, torn out. Need something a little bigger, I think, so that it shows. Definitely need something bigger, or this needs to be smaller. I was just thinking it looked kind of nice to be quite, you know, big. I don't know. What do you guys think? If it were I don't know, it could even be something that was in there that was kind of folded over like that. I don't know. We'll see if we leave it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe it's just too big. I'm going to leave it for now because you never know when the journal's all finished. It might be really good. I definitely need to put something here. Something coming out there. I think. Yeah, I think so. Especially since I see this side. Okay, so this is where I'll probably use some fabric, make a page with some of my scrapbook paper, but then put it together with some fabric so that it's not so bulky, perhaps. I don't know about this. I can always just, if I don't like it, I can always tear it down and just make a regular belly band with it. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And then I can use and make a belly band with this side on a different page, I think. All right, let's see what I'm going to come up with next. I got to work and forgot that I was making a video. So I've taken one of the pages of scrapbook paper and I've cut it down to make pockets. I'm lining, let's see, I want it to be this one, I think. I'm just lining some paper. Yes, I think this is what I want to do. Just to reinforce it, and also, no wait, I want it to be here. I want it to be here. So that when I do the thumb notch, not that you have to do a thumb notch, but when I do it, you're looking at this instead of the white of the cardstock. Okay, hopefully I did that right. So then what I was thinking to do was make a page with okay, that's just how I'm going to do it. So that what's in the center of the signature, not center of the signature, but you know, in the fold, is going to be fabric rather than folded cardstock. So it will be like that. But then I'm going to put this down so the thumb notch will be here. And on this one, it'll be here. Yes, I think I did that the right way. We're gonna find out. Everybody's gone. Everybody's finished up for the day. Like I said, the gutters are totally finished. Oh, so my husband's been having some other work done this week. There have been people working out in his shop all week. So everybody's gone for the weekend. So then I can put it, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sew around it. I have no idea how long this video is at this point. I can put it either here doesn't stick out as much as I thought it would. But I do think it needs to be here. Or I can put it on the inside. Honestly, I don't know. I might change my mind about this doily. think I'm going to change my mind about the doily. I might not want it in there at all right now. I might put it somewhere else. Okay. I'm still thinking about my belly band. That looks nice. So yeah, I'm gonna sew around those, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do here and here and here. I have no idea. It's the next day, and I've decided what to do here. So let's finish this signature up. I don't know what I did last or said last, so I'll just go like quickly recap for myself. Then I think we just made that, and then I wasn't sure about this. Right now I'm leaving it, and I wasn't sure about this. So what I decided to do here was I left the fold where I had it, and I attached some backing and then just cut it out, added a little stitching. I'm going to glue it down as a little tuck spot there. Did I squish that down already? I don't remember. And I backed it with more of the dyed paper that I had done so that it blends in. And I inked around it just a little bit. So, just grab something here real quick. So then you can just kind of poke something in like that. I don't want to push it too far because I don't want glue to get on it, but I think that'll be cute. And then, okay, so then what I have here is, okay, so I have this little short page, and I wanted to extend it a little bit, but then I thought, you know what? I've seen people do these little pull-out things before, and I thought that that might work good. What I want to do is make sure it doesn't go too far beyond, so, you know, I don't want it to be way out here and stick out really far from my signature. So I just want to make sure I have the longest page lined up, and then I'm going to glue it down so that there's just a little bit of it that you can see still, so I know it's not hanging out real far. But first what I did was, it's a full sheet of coffee dyed, or, you know, food dyed paper, and the first thing I did was I took and I folded this side over, and then I folded it back on itself, and then I had this much, and this much I'm going to glue down to be kind of like a belly band on it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I have it lined up, and I'm going to put glue just here and here. I'm going to do quite a bit because whatever I put in there, you know, slide in there as far as ephemera goes, it doesn't have to be giant. Again, just make sure I am where I need to be. And then lay it down on the page. Make sure my glue is good and dry. Oh, I don't want to put that on yet. I have a little tab to add to it so that it's obvious it's something that you interact with. And you want to make sure you're only getting that first little bit so you're not gluing it closed after you went to all that trouble. So it opens like this, and it opens like this, but it also opens like this, or, you know, like that. Just depends. But I also want it to stay closed. So I'm not quite sure what I'll do in the end, if I'll use maybe this up at the top to keep it closed. But really what I'm thinking I'll do is just a little paper clip that I put on, oops, that's wrong, like that. I'm thinking that's what I'll do, and I might add a little something. But just to show, again, then you have a belly band. And that would be backed, so it wouldn't be like a white, something white hanging out right there. So there is that. And let's put the rest of my stuff back where it belongs. Oh wait, it goes right there. So that would look like that. Okay. And then it turns all as one. Since I have it all clipped down, it's not like all fussy. Here, I just want to add a little bag, and it's going to hang off just a little bit. Now, you could glue it down so that it's a pocket also in itself in some way, but I've got so much going on in this journal right now that I just feel like that's going to make it way too fussy. So I'm going to glue the whole thing down, and I'm just kind of holding it there with my fingers so I know where I want to put it. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on this. I don't know why, it just feels like the right thing to do. Don't know that it really matters. I inked it just a little bit. I can kind of see the glue there. I think that's on there straight. Okay. So again, when you have this in here, you'll be able to see part of it on this side, which I like. It's just another look of, you know, it being layered. Let's decorate this just a little bit. I have a piece of scrap music paper. I've inked around it already. I want to put this here, but I wanted this to kind of hang off the side. So I'm thinking I'll put glue to about there. And then hope I can get this to come off fairly easily. I have the house all to myself today. It's very quiet. I can record with my door open. That's always nice. I don't have to worry about any interruptions. And hopefully this is where I want it to be. I think that works pretty good. Well, it's down now, so it's gonna have to. And then the last thing that we're going to do, I think that that's really cute. I have a couple of, this is, I'm not sure, I might put this down in there, but just, you know, an example. That'll be really cute. Something down in there. But then on this very last page, I'm going to use some more of my paper pack paper. So this paper, it was the sheet that looked like that, a full 12 by 12 of this. So I took and I cut this part out. And then of course, this part, I've inked around it already. I want to add this underneath again. And I think maybe about an inch hanging off. It's always so hard to tell which is the front and the back, but I think it's about there. Let's put the lid on that one, and we're going to use this. And I'm not sure what I want to do here. I think maybe I'll just do this. Leave that sideways. Just a little bit farther out up here. Man, it actually dries faster than I would assume that it would sometimes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put Fabri-Tac back on top of that. Make sure that's covered really well. And then we're going to do this. Now, I could glue this down as a pocket, but I've got so much going on this particular signature that I don't want to bulk it out any more than I already have. I'm just going to go right down the edge, make sure I've got glue there. And that's why I left that side, because, oh no, that's not the side I want to leave. I actually really like this page. I think it's really cute. Make sure I get it. I think it's on there good. There's something rattling in my little desk organizer. It's irritating me. And then this will just be a little bitty pocket here at the bottom. So that it will take, just, I don't know, something can be tucked on in there. It could be something bigger, or it could be something smaller, just, you know, whatever, but a little tuck spot there. And so there we are, completed first signature, other than filling all of the pockets and things like that. And it's thick, and I really didn't intend for it to be quite so thick, but that's what happens, isn't it? That's what happens. I think it's really cute though. I like it. Well, it was a long time getting here. Oh yeah, I was like, wait, it's stuck together. Nope, it's supposed to be like that. Long time getting here, but we're finished with the first signature. Thanks for watching.